Hey everybody, and welcome to Stock Abilities. Today I'm going to be covering about the grand jury indicting Trevor Milton, founder of electric car maker Nikola, on 3 counts of fraud. That includes basically 2 counts of securities fraud and 1 count of wire fraud. Essentially, I was talking about Nikola and Trevor a while back there. I did a little bit of a series on it and how I would never long-term invest in this company, and now things are kind of falling apart for Trevor here, and he recently had to take out bail of $100,000 in order to prevent himself from basically going to prison. He's still going to be potentially getting arrested here, as basically a lot of people are saying here it's a pretty straightforward case. Milton told lies to generate popular demand for Nikola stock, beginning at least in or about March 2020, when Nikola announced that its stock would become publicly listed. And then Milton became increasingly preoccupied with keeping Nikola's stock price high, so the U.S. Attorney Audrey Strauss told reporters at a press briefing Thursday. Now, just a little bit of a background with Milton here. This isn't the first company that he's did very, very similar to that. He had a suspicious exit here with an alarm sales company, and then on top of that, he had a very similar company to basically Nikola previously called the Hybrid, which kind of just mysteriously faded into the background there, and he got a good bit of monies on that, and there wasn't much details in that regard. And then, of course, Nikola came along, and it's there wasn't really any sales, there wasn't really any validity to that, and Hindenburg Research Report covered a lot of that. I have another video on that if you guys want to check it out in the links below. But essentially, he's been kind of a little bit off for many, many years now. There's other allegations and other things here that you guys could check out on the Wikipedia page here, but it's just been off and on. A lot of bad mixed news with this individual. Of course, Milton here pleading not guilty. He says, his legal team says Trevor Milton is innocent. This is a new low in the government's effort to criminalize lawful business conduct. Every executive in America should be horrified. Trevor Milton is an entrepreneur who had a long-term vision of helping the environment by cutting carbon emissions in the trucking industry. And then they said Mr. Milton has been wrongfully accused following a faulty and incomplete investigation in which the government ignored critical evidence and failed to interview important witnesses. From the beginning, this has been an investigation in search of a crime. This was not served by the government's action today, but it will be when Mr. Milton is exonerated. Essentially, the last time I looked at Nikola, it wasn't doing so hot. I'll get into that here in just a second with the stock chart here, but this is the Hindenburg Research Report here. You guys could check that out in the link below. I'm not going to go into all the little details about it. I covered that in another video if you guys want to check that out. But we're going to hop right into this chart here that took a big dump today, but what's interesting is that Trevor Milton is no longer a part of the Nikola company here at this point, so this dump should technically rebound into tomorrow. It's also under SSR, the short sale restriction, heavily restricts the shorts from continuing to dump the stock in as such of an aggressive manner. That doesn't mean that, selling won't continue or anything like that, but you might see a nice little rebound into tomorrow, at least for some same-day options or something like that, if you guys want to consider that. Personally, I wouldn't want to touch this stock ever, so just my personal opinion on that, and I've told that in the other videos here. And then this is through the Trade UI platform. All that really came in on sweeps was just some kind of, bearish closeouts. People are cashing out from the drop. It doesn't really signify that it's going to get much of a big burst into tomorrow necessarily, so you might see some flat action, but there might be some good scalp opportunities with shares. And that's essentially all I wanted to cover in this video. Just a quick video with some updates on what's going on with Milton and what's going on in his history here. Essentially, he's pleading not guilty. Some of these articles here from CNBC and other places indicate that his best outcome might be to do a plea deal, something like that. It's really up to them. I'm going to personally watch it, mostly for comedic effect, and we'll see how it shakes out. Thanks for listening in, guys. This is about all I want to cover in this video. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to comment below. If you want more input on Trevor, so on and so forth, I can do more videos like that. It's all up to you guys here. One of the nice things that might come out of this is that he might end up losing every single dollar he made off of the company that never really generated any profit, which in my opinion is pretty fair. But I guess we'll see how that goes and how that shakes out here. I'm not sure why his legal team believes that he's innocent. There's a lot of sketchy stuff going on in the background here, and I guess with this investigation, we'll see how it turns out. Thanks for listening in, guys, and you have a great day.